I want you to understand how this is going to work with calculating the cost of the connects. So you might have 9 rods at $1.37 each, and you're going to need to know how to do that calculation without, Alex, up here in focus, without your calculator, okay? You might have 5 rods at $42, or 5 wheels maybe at $42.96. Or eventually we need to get to the point where you have maybe 14 of something and you're doing all this double-digit multiplication. So I just need you to get really fluent with this, and then we need to talk a little bit about multiplying with decimals, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to start off, and I want you to just sort of hear the disco moves with this. So the first disco, ready, is what? 9 times 7, add the regroup, and then I want you to say, so 9 times 7 is, 1 less, 63. You're going to say that whole thing. That way on your own you say it in your head, okay? And I want you to draw this little like line or arrow. It's going to help you keep track. Eventually, some of you won't need to do that, and that's fine. But for this first bit, I want you to see how it keeps you organized. All right, next disco. Draw the line as you say it. Ready, go. 9 times 3, add the regroup. So, now say what the problem is. 9 times 3, 1 less, 27, add the regroup. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Okay? So if you don't do that correct, you get it wrong. So I don't care what strategy you use, but you need to multiply and then add correctly. So we have, did we say 33?
Yeah.
27 plus 6. Okay. All right, and last disco, ready, go. 9 times 1, add the regroup. 9 times 1 is? 9. Add the regroup. 10, 11, 12. So I want you to say that whole process. Now, pause. There's no comma. Okay, let's talk about decimals. Any of you right now who are thinking, oh, wherever the decimal is, you just bring it down. No, you're wrong. Okay? And I don't want you to think that's the way. Yes, it happens to work out for this, but it is not how you place decimals. When you have multiplying with decimals, here is what you do. So listen carefully. You start here, okay, on this far right side, and you find out how many places over the decimals are in the entire problem. Okay, so starting here, count over. How many places over is it? 2. Now, down here, then we go over 1, 2, and we put it in. Because, so some of you are thinking, well, that's stupid what he just said. Look, it did go right down. Yeah, for this problem. The real rule for decimals, though, if we were doing a multiplication problem where we had a decimal here, and we were doing $1.37 times 0.9 for some reason, the way that you multiply with decimals is you start here and you count over 1, 2 spaces, and you look here and go 1. So how many spaces in all did we go over in the entire problem? 3. So that means you would go 1, 2, 3. Okay? So multiplying by decimals is not about just bringing it down. Yeah, for addition, subtraction it is, but not multiplication. It has to do with how many places over all the decimals are. You have to count them all up. Okay? So we're not going to really run into that too much, but I just didn't want you to spend your whole time in 4th grade thinking that what you do is just bring it down, because that's not correct. That way, at least you go into 5th grade going, oh yeah, I actually know how to multiply by decimals and do it correctly, and you'll really impress your teachers, okay? Because that's a 5th grade thing to do, okay? All right, so it does work out though, 1, 2, 1, 2, and it ends up right here, okay? So just be aware of that's how that works, and then it is a dollar sign, so we have $12.33 is the cost of 9 of those pieces. Yeah.
Joey was screaming at me this morning. She's like, you don't have the dollar sign right there. Put the dollar sign right there.
She's such a slave driver. All right, here we go. So I want you to push your chairs and stand up. Okay, we're going to do this one, then this one, then this one, all with the disco. So up you go. Ready? Gotta feel it first.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk, I've always been no time to talk. Music loud, we've been walking, been kicked around since I was born. And now it's alright, it's okay. You may look the other way. We can try to understand New York Times affect the man. Whether you're a brother or whether you're staying alive, feel the city breaking and everybody shaking. You were staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying
All right, so I need to get you into that process. Okay, so here we go. So you say the first step, we're drawing our line, ready, set, go. 5 times 6, add the regroup. 5 times 6 is 30. Next disco, go. 5 times 9, add the regroup. 5 times 9 is 45, add the regroup. 46, 47, 48. Okay, so we have an 8 here and a 4 here. Next disco, draw your arrow. Come on, next disco, draw your arrow. 5 times 2, add the regroup. 5 times 2 is, add the regroup, 14. Next disco, go. 5 times 4, add the regroup. 5 times 4 is 20, add the regroup, 21. Everything needs to be in its place, and here's what I want to tell you. If you are a teeny writer or a big writer, whatever, you need to match whatever the font size is for the math work. That's how your columns are going to stay organized and lined up. If you write too small, things will be really spaced out and weird. If you write too big, you won't be able to keep track of what goes where. So try to match the approximate size of the text, and you'll stay really organized with your work and what's going on. And you should be able to see these columns like this, even all the way up through the regrouping. Okay. All right. How many decimal places over do we have in the entire problem? Jared? 1, 2. So we go down here, 1, 2. So how much is this going to cost for 5 of those pieces? $214.80. Quite a bit of money. All right, ready? Next one. I want me stop saying as much and you be driving this little ship here. Ready? Disco, go.
2 times 8, add 3
Groups. 2 times 8 is 16. Okay. Okay. All I want to say is next disco. Go.
2 times 3,
Add the regroup. 2 times 3 is 6. Add the regroup is 7. Good. Okay. Draw your arrow. Next disco.
2 times
4. Add the regroup. 2 times 4 is 8. And there's nothing to add, so we just have 8. Okay. Next disco. Go.
2
Times 3. Add the regroup. 2 times 3 is 6. And we're done. How many decimal places over, Trevor, do you see in the problem? 2. So we go 1, 2, and there we go. And so we have $68.76. Now, if you did the partial product, how many partial products would you have for this? How many partial products would there be, Emma? 4 partial products. Think about if I told you to do expanded algorithm for this. You'd have to do 4 separate multiplication problems. But tell me this, ready? 2 times 8, and then 2 times, what's that really? 30, then 2 times And then 2 times 3,000. And then you'd add them all together and it would equal that. Okay? All right. And technically with the decimals, it gets even weirder if you're doing partial products, but you wouldn't have to probably worry about that as long as you know where your decimals go at the end. All right, last one, and then I'll let you fly solo here. Ready? Disco, go.
7 times 3 add 3 groups. 7 times 3 is 1.
Good. 3 times surfing, then 21. Next disco.
7 times 0 add 3 groups.
7 times 0 is? Add the regroup.
2.
Good. Last disco.
7
Times 1 is
add 3
group. 7 times 1 is 7. 2 decimal places over and your money sign. All right. I want you to go ahead and just do 3 minutes on this side. Okay, ready? Go. Okay. Say all that stuff and you'll do it really well. And then I'll give you time to finish the rest of it. Well, work on it.